everybody. How y'all doing? Do you have your coffee? Do you have your Oreo cookie? Your one Oreo cookie you're allowed a day if you're like me. See, what you do is you just like eat it real slow. I like take one little tiny bite off one layer, take a sip of coffee, play like I'm all prim and proper, take a bite off the other side, get a little bit of filling on it, eat it real slow, another sip of coffee. You guys know I'm always on a diet, right? Because I lost 20 pounds and I have no intention of gaining it back again. But if I do, I have good news. I have good news. I'm gonna put my cookie down. There's a lady that owns that Saf-T-Pockets company. Her name's Marcia. And she has noticed that a lot of people are ordering one of her patterns because of me making so many of them and Terry making them. And me being a major blabbermouth and telling everybody in the whole wide world. So anyway, she was real nice. And she sent me a free pattern because she wanted to thank me for, you know, my telling everybody about her pattern and stuff. So she started to send me the hoodie pattern, and now I wish she had sent me the hoodie pattern because I told her I hate hoodies. When I buy jackets that have hoodies on the back, I cut the hoodie off because I don't like hoodies. So she said, okay, I'll send you this other one. It's a cape and it's real easy and you can make it real fast. So I'm going to stand up and try to do the full length so you can see it on me, okay? So hold on one second. Okay, here it is. Now this pattern is called Circle Jacket. And here it is. It's basically a big circle. Okay? Now, I actually did a full bust adjustment, a sway back and a round back in that circle. It was quite complicated. I'm not sure I could even do it again. But let me see if I can find the front. Basically what I did was I put my SureFit Designs pattern up to this and I drew an armhole and a side seam. And then I cut that off. I made some little hash marks so I could match it back up again. So I cut that off, and so then I had like a normal front. And so then I did my FBA in the normal front, and then I closed the bust dart here under the arm and I moved it down into the bottom. Okay? And then I just put the side back on again. Now I have no idea if that's how you're supposed to do it or not. No idea in the world. So if some of you know, Rhonda, I would love it, love it, love it if you would tell me how you're supposed to do that. But anyway, I don't think I'll be making this again. Now, it could be my material. I have decided, I made a blouse out of this material last weekend. Let me get my coffee, you guys. You know I can't talk without some coffee. So, I made a blouse out of this material last weekend. And it's the material that I got from FM Fabrics. I got, I don't know, a purple and a red and a blue. And when I opened the red, I noticed it had runs all the way through it. So I took it back. I got another color. They gave me this turquoise. Well, guess what? You could just barely touch this fabric and it runs like a nylon stocking. I do not like it. So anyway, by the time I got the blue blouse done, it had runs where I put the buttonholes, where I put the buttons, every place you touch it, it had a run. So I threw it in the garbage, cut the buttons off. So I had the rest of it left because the guy gave me a bunch of it. And so I used it for this cape. And so all that to say, maybe it wasn't the best fabric for this pattern, because I'm sure for this pattern your fabric needs to be probably like this slinky that I have on. It needs to be very, very drapey. So I'm going to show you how it turned out. And I think I look like a giant turquoise bat. You can tell me what you think, okay? Now it's not done. In fact, I've taken it out of the garbage, and I'm not even sure if the arms are pinned together still. Let me see. Are they still pinned together? Yes, they are. I threw the pins and all away, you guys. I thought, there's no way I'm wearing that. I look like a giant bat. So it doesn't have the finish on the front. You put a band all the way around the front, and some of you may look fabulous in this style, but it's just not me. Remember a while back I made that blouse that had all that gathering in the back, and I looked like Teenage Ninja Turtle or something, and I didn't like it either, okay? So here you can see it's a circle. It's kind of cute in the front, huh? But the back, see the back. Yes, it's just way too much fabric for me. I just don't care for it. See? Easy to make. Easy to make. Maybe if I was just wearing it and not staring at it, and I don't know. I just don't think I'll make it again, because unless Terry comes over and says, "Oh, that's just gorgeous." I don't know if I'll make it again. But anyway, this is it. If you like it, it's called the Circle Jacket. And it's just a giant circle. And I think I've actually seen Rhonda at Rhonda's, what's it called? Rhonda's Creative Sewing. Oh, she does the best stuff. You guys really should go there. I think I've seen her do something like this before. So anyway, that's my giant bat outfit. And so give me a second and we'll sit back down and talk. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Did I ever tell you what day it is? It is Thursday, March 9, 2016. And here I am back with my cookie. Let me break one little piece off. You have to make it last a long time when you can only have one, you guys. Jerry puts the whole cookie in his mouth, takes one bite and swallows it. And he can eat a dozen of them and not gain 1 pound. You know, it's the thing about men, they were made to fight wars or something. I don't know. But anyway. So, 2 of you asked me a question. And I think one of them I commented about. She asked me, her name was Mary. And she's from Scotland. Oh my gosh, can you believe I'm sitting here in Kingston, Oklahoma, and by tomorrow morning, Mary in Scotland is going to be able to watch everything I'm saying to you right now. Is that amazing? Isn't that just amazing? You know, that's the good thing about the internet. So many bad things, but that's the good thing about it. So anyway, Mary from Scotland asked me to talk to her about how to use sewing patterns, I think is what she said. And my advice to her was, when you get a new pattern, I have to get a new pattern and show you guys. Hold on one second. Okay. So here's a brand new pattern. Okay, I haven't opened it yet. And the first thing when you're in the store and you're buying the pattern, you look at the back of it and you see, okay, I want to make view A. This one here with the long sleeves. So you turn it over in the back and you find the A. And you look at the A. And then it will tell you how much fabric to buy. And view A actually has a contrast band on the bottom. So it will tell you how much the contrast band is, how much you need for it, and how much you need for the rest of the garment. And it will tell you if your fabric's 45 inches, how much you need, and if your fabric's 60 inches, how much you need. Now most all cottons are 45. Knits are usually 60. But you can just ask the lady, is that 60, is that 45, whatever, when they're cutting it. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to know. Assuming you know your size. Okay, if you don't know your size, you come up here and you look at the bust. And I buy the measurement that's for my high bust, up here under my arms. I measure that because that's the size of your rib cage. And that's the size you want for the shoulders and the armholes. Because if you have this tiny rib cage like I do, and then suddenly you go into these 2 lumps, if you measure the lumps, it's going to put you in a bigger size for up here. And you don't need a bigger size for up here, okay? So for me, I think I measure like 34 up here. And I measure like 42 in the boobs, 40 now since I've lost weight. So let's say 36, just round it off. So the bust for 36 is a size 14, a size, 34 bust is a 12, and actually a 12 fits me really good. Even though I couldn't anymore get my butt in a 12, then fly to the moon. But if I want it to fit nicely through here, I'll buy a size 12 and then I'll make everything bigger from there down. And oh my gosh, if you guys need to watch some tutorials on that, watch Sandra Betsina. It's called Power Sewing. PowerSewing.com. I think it's $75 and she's got like over 200 videos and you just scan down through them. And she'll show you how to fix the bust and how to fix the hip and how to put on a binding and how to do this. And not only that, you can just go out on YouTube and Google it and find most everything. You don't even have to pay for it. So anyway, insofar as patterns, that's the first thing I would do. Figure out your size, figure out how much you need. Then, open it up. I do this a lot of time right in the store. I open it up, I get out the directions. I don't read all the directions in the store, but a lot of times I'll open it up and I'll think, I wonder how they finish that neckline, or I wonder how they put that zipper in, or I wonder how they attach that thing on the bottom, okay? And so if you open up the directions, you can find it. So here on the front is cutting layouts. And just very quickly, I'm making view A, so you go here to A. And you find the cutting layout if you need that. I don't need them. I always buy way more fabric than I need, and I don't even use those. But this can show you, if you buy the exact amount of fabric that the pattern told you to, you'll want to come here and see how to lay the pieces out. That's on the front. Then you look, turn it over, and you find the directions. Now, I would pull one out that every single one of the dresses has the same directions. I would do that. But say they don't. Say this is just view A, and view B is on another page. I circle the ones that I'm going to follow. If this is what I'm going to follow, if this just said dress A and not B, C, D, I would circle it. Then I would get my drink, my iced tea, my straw. I would go sit in a recliner. I would take my paper pattern in there with me, and I would read all the way through it. Now, I did this for years. I don't do it anymore because now I just know. But I would read all the way through it. I would make sure I understand everything, and I'm going to tell you right now, sometimes there's mistakes. Oh yes. Sometimes there's mistakes, especially in silhouette patterns. But there's a phone number on there and you can actually call the pattern company. And I did that one time. And she said, oh, we know, we're so sorry, but we have new directions now. They'll fax them to me or email them to me or something. Another reason to make sure you know the directions and they make sense to you, okay? So that's it about patterns. And I'm sorry if I'm talking too much and not getting to the point. Now, another one of my readers. See how long my cookie's lasting? Jerry calls me a rat. If it's a big cookie and it's in a package, I open up the package and I'll just break off a little piece. I'll carry it around with me and takes little tiny bites of it. And Jerry will get in the package and he'll get the one cookie that I've been breaking the piece and he'll say, I see the rats have been in here again. Anyway, all right, next question. What was the next question? Oh, one of you asked me if I had some advice on setting up a sewing room. Well, since I've set up dozens of sewing rooms, I guess I do have some. But my main advice is have a place for everything and put everything in its place. I love those plastic storage boxes that you can get at Walmart. They're called Sterilite or Rubbermaid, or they come all different kinds. And they have them with drawers, they have them with wheels, they have them all different sizes, shapes, and if you don't have a lot of closet space or storage space, those things are wonderful underneath tables. I hang everything on the wall. If you haven't seen my sewing room, I have a video. Shows you my entire sewing room. Bookcases. Bookcases are cheap. You can buy them at Walmart, the kind you put together yourself. You can put a ton of stuff in a bookcase that's not even books, okay? You can put lots of stuff in there, but you have to keep everything off your table that you're going to cut your fabric out. You need a table that's just used for cutting fabric out and planning patterns and doing crafts and stuff. And if you have it covered with thread and pens and papers and patterns and tissues and all the different things, you're never going to be able to use the surface of it. So have a table that's only for cutting, keep it clear. Then have a place where you can keep your sewing machine, and you can keep it out all the time. If you have more than one sewing machine, keep them all out all the time, because then you can have an assembly line. That's really wonderful. I have one with black thread, one with white thread. I have several sergers. Most people maybe can't afford them, although you can buy them really cheap on eBay, you know, after they're used. And I bought 2 on eBay that were like brand spanking new. They were like $1,200 new. I think I paid $500 or $600 a piece for them. They were like right out of the box, sparkling brand new. They were Berninas, really nice ones. So, more than one serger is wonderful, because sergers are a pain in the butt to thread, as you know. So I like one with black thread, one with white thread, and one with beige thread. Maybe one with gray thread if you do a lot of blacks and grays. And then you can just sit at one and it's all ready to use, okay? So, have a place you can keep your sewing machines out all the time. Have a place you can cut your fabrics on, a work table surface, and keep it clear. How do I keep it clear? I buy the little plastic boxes, put them under the table, and anything that has a hole in it, I hang on the wall. And if you haven't seen my sewing room video, I use used sewing machine needles as nails. And you hammer them in the wall, and you can pull them out of the wall, and you can't even tell they were ever in the wall. And they'll hold your rulers up forever. So anyway, that's my sewing room advice. And I have to go because I need to sew something, because my bad outfit doesn't look good on me, so I'm starting something new. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.